Time to call to order the Guthrie Public Schools Board of Education regular monthly meeting. Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Here.
Davis.
Here.
Watts.
Here.
Smedley.
Here.
Salee.
Here.
Pearson. Bennett Johnson. Mr. President, we have a quorum.
Thank you. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please join us for a moment of silence. Thank you. Agenda item 5, or agenda item 6 rather, Foundation Insurance Student of the Month.
Mr. President, I'd like to recognize Blake Whimsy from Foundation Insurance. This is a new award that we are starting this month, and Mr. Whimsy and I spoke about this over Christmas break, and we've established a criteria and a process for selection of the Student of the Month. And Blake, if you want to come up and make the introduction of this month's winner.
Everybody, I'm Blake from Foundation Insurance, and I'm here to help honor Caesar Guzman Alvarado as our first Student of the Month for Guthrie Public Schools for January. So he was nominated by Mr. Gillette, one of his teachers, and I would like to read to you guys what Mr. Gillette wrote about him. He writes, Caesar is outstanding both as a student and as a young man. He possesses so many admirable characteristics. He is humble, kind, and generous. But the trait that seems to stand out is his patience. Caesar enters the class with a smile and exits with a smile. He is never moved by disruptive or unprepared students. When he could become easily irritated, he doesn't. Instead, he chooses to be patient, even helpful. He generously offers paper and pencils to those in need. He endeavors to appreciate the goodness in all, as is shown in his patience with all students. Caesar is at the top of his class in academics, but his character is what shines. My reading class just finished our unit on poetry. One of our activities was finding the use of figurative language in song lyrics. The lyrics to one of the songs were very powerful, and I paraphrased them to apply to Caesar. You are one of the greatest. Your peers and teachers know your name. In the future, you will move mountains. You are already in the Team Humility Hall of Fame. On behalf of Foundation Insurance, we have a $65 gift card to Stacy's Place. So, good job.
Thanks, Blake.
Agenda item 7, presentation of certified and support employee of the month.
Mr. Ogle.
Well, since we have a room full of teachers, I want to encourage everybody to vote every month because the gifts that our community keep giving are amazing. And so what we'll be doing this month is for our support, Integra Heat and Air has a backpack for our support, a $25 Missy's, a gift card, a $25 Walmart card, and then from the Lions Club, a Sonic $25 gift card. And so if I can have Angie Symington come up. Angie nominated Pam Johnson Fields, so you can please come up.
Okay, well. I'm going to read this. I just wish I put so much more in it because she's so much more herself. But anyway, Miss Pam is GH's biggest asset. I never see her without a smile or a kind word for everyone she meets. She does an incredible job with the cheer squad, and she has really built that program into something we can all be proud of. Her girls on the team show true spirit both on and off the court. Ms. Pam makes sure that her girls know the meaning of service and kindness. Ms. Pam just does cheer coaching on the side. Her real and best job is providing physical assistance to a student. These two are quite a pair. And I suspect will be lifelong friends. Ms. Pam has the unique ability to be there constantly with her students, but she allows her student to be strong, independent, and shine on her own. There is a true bond of love and respect between these two. Pam's family is extremely lucky to have a mom and a wife that has so much love to share with them and her students. But really, we at GHS are the lucky ones that she chose to spend the daytime with us. Here, one people.
One more.
Very good job.
One thing I forgot was the Guthrie News Leader will be doing a story on each of our staff that's recognized, and they will be getting, if they're not already receiving, a 3-month prescription to the paper. So, Certified Employee of the Month, Blair Workman, come on up. And she nominated Kathy Ice.
You guys know Kathy. She deserves Employee of the Month every month, but this is what I had to say about her. Kathy Ice is one of the most passionate educators in our community today. Her heart and concern for her students, past, present, and future, is unparalleled. No one is approached and trusted more with the real-world problems and anxieties our students face, or receives more visitors from former students than Kathy, and for good reason. Not only is she an advocate for the 170-plus students who walk in and out of her room daily, she is also an active force to better public education for the students to come. Our kids can feel that kind of warmth and loyalty, and they love her because of it. She may not always be the first to arrive, but she is always the last to leave. Working endlessly to make her science lessons engaging, fun, effective, and a little wacky. You should see her costumes. My teaching career has been a mere 3 years, but I am certain that Kathy Ice is a once-in-a-lifetime teacher, colleague, and friend. The students and faculty of GJHS are beyond blessed to have Kathy's passion, talent, and dedication within our somewhat crumbling walls, day in and day out.
Now if I get all four. All right, we're going to center this a little bit here. There we go. Perfect. All right. One more.
More thanks.
Agenda item 8, presentation of Guthrie Public Schools Site Teacher of the Year and District Teacher of the Year for 2017 to 2018.
The first item that we will present will be the Site Teachers of the Year, and I want to make mention of and you'll see throughout this entire process, we have a tremendous amount of community support, and that comes in full focus on a night like tonight, where you'll hear the gifts that will be given to the Teachers of the Year. Each Site Teacher of the Year will receive a $10 Hoboken gift card from Integrity Heat and Air and a $25 Sonic gift card from EMI. This time I'd ask Carmen Walters to come forward and introduce the Site Teachers of the Year for the elementary schools.
When you call your name, if you'll come up and go ahead and receive the gift card. From Cotterell, we have Desi Ross. Also from Cotterell, Farrah Henson. From Central, Becca Creed. All right, from Fogarty, Sandy Onley. Also from Fogarty, Joni Delaney. From Guest, Jackie Ross. Also from Guest, Emily Carpenter. And Audra Branson from Guest. And then for picture purposes, you guys will scoot together. These are your elementary Site Teachers of the Year.
I used to be
No, you're good. I got you. 1, 2, hold on.
Back up here.
And now to introduce the secondary Teachers of the Year by site, Mr. Ogle.
For the junior high, Terry Darcy, he's not able to be here tonight. From the junior high, Brian Deering. From the high school, Rob Blackburn. Also from the high school, Jeff Jordan. From the high school, Allison Lee Lucas. And from the high school, Michelle Reedus. You guys will scoot in.
There we go.
And now it's time to have the introduction of the Elementary Teacher of the Year, Ms. Walters.
The elementary teacher of the year is Audra Branson.
now to the presentation of the Secondary Teacher of the Year, Mr. Doug Ogle.
And I will tell you that the committee and Carmen were very secretive about, because I have no idea either. So, so the 2018 Secondary Teacher of the Year, Jeff Jordan.
Before I introduce the district-wide Teacher of the Year, I want to run down the list of things that they will receive. And even before that, the Teacher of the Year runner-up, because they're going to get some gifts as well. Teacher of the Year runner-up will receive a $15 gift card and refillable cup from Billy Sims Barbecue, one-topping pizza and free dessert from Pizza Hut, Blue Jay t-shirt from Salty's, Tracy Hayes, a handmade vase from Gail Davis, flower arrangement from Furrow Flowers and Gifts, $40 gift certificate from Tipsy Artist, and a tank of gas per week for a month during the summer from Eskridge Chevrolet. That's gaining the value of speech. And the Teacher of the Year, and guys, it's a 2-page list, so be patient with it. The first item is from the Heritage Collection, a Guthrie pop-up card. Billy Sims Barbecue, $15 gift card, refillable cup. $20 gift certificate for Roma's Italian Restaurant. $20 gift card from Rick's Fine Chocolates and Coffees. Guthrie Blue Jay t-shirt from Tracy Hayes. $25 gift card to Tommy's Italian American Grill from Lori Nail at Century 21. $25 Buffalo Wild Wings gift card from Chrissy Gatlin, Shelter Insurance. 2 large one-topping pizzas from Pizza Hut. $25 gift certificate from Missy's Donuts and Bakery. A handmade vase from Gail Davis. 2 ballroom dance lessons from Patty Graham at Rose Dance Studio. Goldwell shampoo and conditioner, Kelly Hinkey, Downtown Salon. Blue Jays bracelet, Tara Drake. Blanket and koozie and other goodies from Sarah Witt, AAA Insurance. $40 gift card from the Tipsy Artist. Blue Jay Stadium chair from Walgreens. A floral arrangement from O'Keefe Flowers and Gifts. A $50 gift certificate from Shelton's Photography. A $50 gift certificate from Gage's Steakhouse. A $50 Hoboken gift card from Interbank. A Guthrie Stone from Nelson Monument. 1 month unlimited membership and a water bottle from Laura Gibbs at Jazzercise. 1-year subscription from the Guthrie Newsleader. $50 Chili's gift card and $20 in cash from Blake Whimsy at Foundation Insurance. A handmade Blue Jay quilt from Sharon Watts. Those are nice, by the way. A $100 Petroleum Club gift card from Farmers and Merchants Bank. $100 in cash from Dan Newton and Mike Sykes at Edward Jones. $100 Gage's gift card from Bank First. $100 check from Lamar and Kay Wade. A Kinder Scott necklace and earrings from Boutique 206. $50 Missy gift certificate, carrying bag, and $50 Walmart gift card from Integrity Heat and Air. $250 gift certificate from Spoonful Pharmacy for pharmacy items, whatever you prefer. And the 2 that really demonstrate the engagement with the district and the community. Between our 2 car dealerships, they've upped the ante on what we've been doing. And from February through May, they will have personal use of a vehicle from John Vance Auto Group. And June, July, and August, they will have personal use of a vehicle from Eskridge Chevrolet.
Very nice.
So, are we ready? All right. The 2018 District Teacher of the Year, Audra Branson.
Yeah.
I will say, I will share this. I was in her classroom last year, as I tend to make my way around to people in their first year in our district, and I can tell you from personal experience, it's nothing short of amazing. And as I just told her, I'm proud that she's one of us. Congratulations.
Pull your truck up and we'll look.
If they have to do it, you have to do it.
And Mr. Jordan, I want to step up there. I think Carmen has some instructions for you as well. She doesn't tell me everything. I just have a script.
Jeff is our district runner-up, and so he has the years that Dr. Simpson was talking about earlier. And so all of these go to you.
Thank you.
And
Okay, we do have a board meeting that we have to continue with, and you don't have to stay if you don't want to, but you're welcome to stay. But I know that Audra and Jeff and the rest of the teachers may want to have some social time in the hallway, and you're more than welcome to enjoy that. And they'll be carting their gifts out of here momentarily, and then we'll get started. Thank you all for coming.
Good seeing you.
Thank you.
These clumsy fingers. Grab the in charge of breaking stuff.
Yeah, and Dolan's, his went blank, and then it went right back red, just like that. It's not going to change it.
We can't.
Carmen, she has that list in there, and he has, those lists they have a copy of in their packet.
okay.
I didn't stop by his office.
Return my call. So I called him.
I noticed Murphy didn't show up, did he? Did Murphy ever show up? He was absent earlier.
No, he was there.
Was it?
That's how it goes.
But he goes to the floor and casts his vote, and then goes back to his office.
So when they called roll call to begin with, he never came
But
in.
he showed. There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
Doug, those are trash. They have those copies already. They have a copy of that.
It's going to be 13 people switch out of that 35. Did they get that gross production tax? And the Republicans got their use of it, and everybody's got to go for it. Frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
So this is her second year to teach here.
Here, yeah, she taught Jones, I believe, is what she taught. I read her essay. If you guys get a chance, go read her essay. It's amazing. I mean, it's good stuff.
Where's it? Is it online? Oh, back there?
Okay, agenda item 9. Comments to the board. Do we have any citizens registered to speak?
We do not, Mr. President.
Board members? I have a prepared statement to read. The Guthrie Public School Board has adopted a new superintendent evaluation tool that uses a process similar to the TLE evaluation process. We will be evaluating Dr. Simpson quarterly, so our patrons and staff will notice this appearing on the board agenda more than once each year. We appreciate all Dr. Simpson has done and continues to do for our district. Moving to an ongoing evaluation process will allow the board to provide him with continual feedback versus the former version of once a year. So with that, that's all I have to say. Agenda item 10, superintendent's report.
I have quite a few items. We've got a lot going on in the district, and there's a lot going on statewide. As far as construction goes, it's been hampered by the cold temperatures. We were working with contractors to see what options exist for an on-time opening, but contingencies have been made in next year's calendar. We'll talk about that. That's an agenda item down in tonight's meeting, where we have a couple of different options, and we're going to ask for approval of one of them, but with the caveat that we have the other calendar standing by if we need to utilize it in order to get inside the building. A little update, we're getting closer to being able to present you with some options for attendance zones for next year, but we're still working with our company, and those options are not yet complete. But we are working on that, and it's ongoing work. Mr. Benson is working with them on completing that task. Leadership Guthrie has chosen to begin a mentoring program for Guthrie High School students. In the first meeting, students were partnered with a mentor for lunch and participated in a team building exercise. And then the 4th annual Blue Jay Classic Stock Show was February 3rd. It's an event where our FFA students work with our special needs students to help them understand about the different show animals, and finally they participate in the stock show. And Mr. Ogle attended that, and I believe helped assist judge on that item as well. Said with some chuckle from the table.
Very good judge.
Hey, Gene, you can go ahead and open that door, even if there is a little bit of noise. Yeah. The next thing I wanted to update the board on is, I think you all know that we have embarked on a attendance initiative with our district attorney, Laura Austin Thomas. We have had several meetings with parents and their child with regard to improving attendance, and we have offered a lot of support and assistance to families through North Care and different agencies within our community. There are some families that have changed that behavior, and their children are now going to school, and there are some that unfortunately have not, and our district attorney has filed charges on them, criminal charges, and that is, but I can assure you that that has been the item of last resort, and this, we never want to put parents in jail. We just want their children to come to school, and that is that's, in our eyes, we can't teach them if they're not there. And that is a fundamental responsibility of being a parent, and the district attorney has been very clear on that with those parents. We thank her for her support, and it's been some work for our administrators. We appreciate their continued effort to change that behavior as well, because before they even see the district attorney, they have sat down with a building level committee, and they have discussed all of the options, and they explore things such as transportation hurdles, health hurdles, anything else that we can provide support on. There is a counselor present. Generally, the SRO is there present as well. And so before they ever get to the district attorney in a face-to-face meeting, we are working to assist them. And then when they get to the district attorney, the first meeting is to understand why the absences are occurring. And we offer counseling that is of no cost to the family through NorthCare. And we also, and it's generally family counseling so that we can identify the true causes. And so I think we are doing a lot, and this is the only program in the state, and we are doing a lot to try and change that behavior because that has been a problem that has been historically present in Guthrie. And so hats off to all the folks that are putting in the extra effort to try and change that behavior. The next time, every year that I've been here as superintendent, tonight is like one of the highlights of the year, because the Teacher of the Year is such a celebration of teaching. It's almost, but I feel like I'm almost in a Jekyll and Hyde moment here, because we had a very frustrating day at the Capitol. The vote, as I have it on this screen right now, still stands where it will not pass for funding a teacher pay raise. And that's unfortunate. I'm going to editorialize for a moment that I truly believe there's a lot of politics that's gotten into the middle of this. But as I was hearing the arguments today, and I think every board member and certainly every administrator in this district will understand what I'm saying, it sounded more like the opposition to our bond issues because it just wasn't the perfect plan. And I think we all know, having gone through what we've been through, the perfect plan doesn't exist, because the perfect plan for one person will naturally find flaws from another. And so finding and one of the things that I'm a true believer in, while getting elected requires one degree of understanding of government, governing requires a tremendous different degree, and it involves consensus, and it involves compromise. And unfortunately, we still have not found that at 23rd and Lincoln. And I don't editorialize about things like that very often, but when you come off the heels of watching our teachers and watching our kids celebrate their teacher, you know they deserve more than what they get. So probably better step off my soapbox before I get any deeper. Some good news, some other things that are going on that are good around the district. This Saturday, North Church has started, and it's as much Eddie Coleman as anyone. He's gathered volunteers for Operation Wipe Down, and they are going to go into all of our buildings and work to sanitize them to try and combat the flu, the influenza and the germs and everything that always happens this time of year. And I will say that Mr. Ogle has been watching our attendance, and our attendance really has not been bad for this time of year. But if we can do something to make it better and to avoid families with sickness and passing it around, we're going to take the opportunity. And hats off to our community for stepping in and doing that. A reminder that professional development will be on Monday, February 19th. We will not be in school. And I would extend an invitation to any of the board members. It will be site-based. And so you can go to a site and you can see the professional development going on. Feel free to do that. We've got good stuff at all our sites. And if you need a list of what the specific things are, Carmen Walters can provide that for you. And I think we had some discussion, at least in curriculum committee, about that as well. Another thing to put on your calendar, the band spaghetti dinner is February 22nd at the high school. That's always a fun evening, because if you haven't been before, The band uses that as an opportunity to have an audience that is there for their ensembles and their solos, and students that maybe need to perform and practice in front of others. It's a great opportunity to do that. And if spaghetti's on your diet, which that night it probably will be on mine, it's good food too. So that's my report.
Well, thank you. So next up is the agenda item 11, the consent agenda. Do we have a motion to approve?
I make a motion, we approve the consent agenda.
Do we need to, Mr. Pennington, I think, was absent in the last regular meeting, so we need
A special pull item B.
Except for item B.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
So do we have a motion for agenda item 11B?
I make a motion that we approve consent agenda item 11B.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Abstain.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
Pearson. 4 ayes, 1 abstention.
Agenda item 12, the business agenda. So we have item A, recommendation, consideration, and action upon Guthrie High School Driver's Education Summer School for 2018.
This is an annual item that requires the board's approval so that we can show that to the State Department of Education and offer driver's education to our prospective drivers.
I make a motion that we approve the Guthrie High School Driver's Education Summer School for 2018.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 12B, recommendation, consideration, and action upon proposed school calendar for 2018 to 2019.
This is on page 49 of your board packet, and you will notice on this item that it is very similar to this year's calendar. We still have the standard number of days taught, 175, and then 5 professional days. We do have a calendar that we can utilize that's also been through the calendar committee. Both of these have been approved through the calendar committee. That calendar would start school after Labor Day, and it would reduce the number of days taught in order to finish before Memorial Day. And at this time, I would recommend that we approve the calendar presented to the board, which is very similar to the one that we have this year. And one of the things that you learn in constructing a school calendar is when you get all of the factors involved, you have very little wiggle room on a lot of things, and unless you start making drastic changes like we have with the other option. So the calendar committee, every year we educate the committee about the restrictions and why the calendar is the way it is, and what we ended up with on this recommendation. I believe one of the non-negotiables ended up being Thanksgiving having a full week. And the Christmas break looks a little bit more traditional than it did this year because of the way the calendar falls. And then spring break, we always try to mirror that with Meridian so that our Meridian students, otherwise they wouldn't have a spring break. They would have a morning class for 1 week and an afternoon class the next week, depending on what they have. So.
Since they're, I'm sorry, can I
Sure,
ask a
and
question?
if Mr. Ogle, and he can answer it maybe better than I can, but we'll try.
I know we have 2 versions of calendars sitting there, so if we approve this one, but we later down the road need to do this one, do we need to amend the main motion, or we just?
No, the board can always alter the calendar. You could alter this year's school calendar as a board action on the agenda for this year even. And what we would do is if we deem that necessary, once we see how the construction schedule is going, and we think we can get in, but we're just going to need a little bit extra time, then I'll bring that to the board for consideration and action at the time. But this action tonight is so that we can go ahead and know when the breaks are, and because the breaks are not going to change drastically.
It would just be the start time.
Pretty much,
It would
and the start time each day, and the start time for the first day of school. And Doug, that's pretty?
That's pretty much it. And one professional development day that would change, that would be up front instead of in September.
Yeah.
Those are the only changes.
The main purpose here is so that families can see that calendar and they know when the breaks are, so that they can, if they want to plan vacations and family events, that we have that option with them. And it's not going to change drastically on those breaks.
I make a motion we approve the proposed school calendar for 2018-2019.
I'll second it.
There's a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley. Yes. Salee.
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 13, proposed executive session for the purpose of discussing employment of personnel, FMLA requests, resignation, separation from employment, and transfer of position request. All is set out on the personnel reports. Discussion of extra duty assignments as listed for 2017-2018. Discussion of appointment of principal in waiting for Charter Oak Elementary School. Discussion of all district level administrator contracts as listed for 2018-2019. And periodic annual evaluation in terms of employment of Dr. Michael Simpson, Superintendent of Schools. Disclosure of which information would violate the confidentiality requirements of state and/or federal law, all pursuant to 25 Oklahoma Statute, Section 307B1 and 7. We have a vote to go in executive session. Roll call, please.
I make a motion that we go into executive session.
Second.
Now roll call, please.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
It's time to acknowledge the board's return to open session. Only items in Agenda 13 were discussed in executive session and no votes were taken. This shall constitute the executive session minutes. Agenda item 14, vote on action as set out on the personnel reports.
I make a motion we approve the action set out on the personnel reports.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 15, action upon recommendation of extra duty assignments as listed for 2017 to 2018.
I move that we approve the extra duty assignment as listed for the 2017-2018.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Yes.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
Recommendation and consideration and action on appointment of principal in waiting for Charter Oak Elementary School.
Mr. President, I would recommend that the name of Jeff Ball for consideration for the appointment of principal in waiting for Charter Oak Elementary.
Mr. President, I make a motion that we approve the superintendent's recommendation for principal in waiting for Charter Oak Elementary, Mr. Ball.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Yes, ma'am.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
Congratulations, Mr. Ball.
Yes.
Agenda item 17, recommendation, consideration, and action upon district-level administrator contracts as listed for 2018-2019 without specification for salary or assignment.
I make a motion that we approve the district level administrators contracts as listed for 2018-19 without specification for salary or assignment.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Yes, ma'am.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.
Agenda item 18, recommendation, consideration, and action to accept any resignations offered since the posting of this agenda.
We have none.
Agenda item 19, discussion and possible action on new business not known about or could not have been known or reasonably foreseen at the time of the agenda posting.
We have none.
Agenda item 20, a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion that we adjourn.
Second?
Roll call, please.
Pennington.
Yes, ma'am.
Davis.
Yes.
Watts.
Yes.
Smedley.
Yes.
Salee.
Yes.
5 ayes, 0 nays.